Hey people, Infiltrated 53 Faction War. This is SDL Province and Eldar versus Space Marines. For the blue Eldar team, it's Void Dragon on a Warp Spider Exarch, a teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat, great for capping and harassing with some powerful control. Alongside is Death with a Farseer support hero fighting in melee, some powerful buffs and control abilities. Looks like the Harlequin's elite scheme recolored grey here. And rounding off the team is Ural with a Warlock, a melee spellcaster that leaps into combat, some powerful disruption and support. Also looks quite grey, so I'm going to get even more confused than usual here. Red Space Marines in it. It's cyanIDe with a Force Commander, very strong offense, fighting in melee, can also tank, disrupt and support. Some good old Blood Ravens here. Alongside DanceCommander with an Apothecary, support hero fighting in melee combat. By default begins with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura just through the heal on the scouts there. Let's have a look at this first engagement. Getting in amongst the Guardians. Special attack misses. Also some Blood Ravens here. Do we have triple Blood Ravens? I think we do. Apothecary must flee. They 2v1 the mid before the Techmarine could react, and this is the Techmarine. It's ProGenitor. This guy starts off in ranged combat, puts out some good damage, can also support with structures and repair. Eldar ploughing through the mid early on, as you'd expect in a faction war scenario. Unless there's a Force Commander in this little 2v2, they're going to struggle to hold with just Tax and Scouts. Banshees for Ural, triple Guardians for Death. Void Dragon with just double Guardians here. And Tax all round, of course. In fact, double Tax for DanceCommander. Space Marines are retaking the west side. Now let's talk about the UI. You're not going crazy. The UI will be a lot smaller for you guys. That's because a few days ago, I was able to finally, after many years, retire my old PC and build a new one. And now I can record, capture, upload, all that good stuff in glorious 4K. Unfortunately, because this game is so old, Retribution was released in 2011, Dawn of War 2 was released in 2009, there is no UI scaling that I know of. No way to scale up the UI, so when you pump up the resolution, the UI stays the same, so it gets very, very small, which could be a problem for you guys as viewers. It's not a problem for me, because I'm right up against the monitor here as I record, but you guys might be watching on small phone screens or something, or maybe on a TV from a few feet away. I think maybe the rosters would be okay for you, but the minimap might be tiny for you guys. I'm not sure how often viewers look at the minimap or use it, but I think the extra clarity and crispness of a 4K image, oh, down goes the Warlock from a friendly grenade, will be worth it, I hope. That was Death's grenade there, taking out Ural, the Warlock. They can revive them though, right? Yeah, gonna get revived, or maybe not. Techmarine's here to shoot the Farseer. Uses the fleet to get away. He can get him later. Beautifully timed grenade on that Warlock though, trying to get the scout. Devastators on the field for ProGenitor. cyanIDe with Assault Squad, and they should do very well against Void Dragons, Shuriken and double Guardians. Shuriken thought about capping the VP, thinks against it. In the mid. Oh, Force Commander's come to the mid. cyanIDe, or in fact all the way over to the east side. Void Dragon should really be capping up that western VP, and I think they are. They could maybe even bash the power and stuff. Force Commander goes down, caught by the Banshees of Death, so Death did get some Banshees up, although they're those Harlequin Jesters or whatever they're called. Grenade, it's a decent one, throws out the heal straight after it. That was DanceCommander's tax there too. Rangers on the field now for Ural. Really struggling to tell apart all the grey Eldar here. Harlequin should be... This is like anti-Harlequin colour scheme. Another grenade goes in, hitting a single model mastercrafted bolter up for the Techmarine here. Pumping out some good DPS, gives them the high-powered shot as well. Almost got those Banshees down. They were around 20 hit points, I think. Yeah, 24 here as they flee. And now they're on the power. That general's already been bashed pretty well. Scouts here with a sergeant, gives them a grenade, and the Force Commander is going to get revived. That'll level ProGenitor's Techmarine to 2, increasing health, regen, energy, all that good stuff, damage output. Everything basically gets a little bit better as you level. And if you're an Apothecary, your heal even gets a little bit better as you level up. Healing for more. I believe the cooldown stays the same. Still fighting on the east side. They got one of the gens. Maybe two of the gens actually, because that one's been rebuilt there. Guide up on the Rangers, but they are being suppressed. There's that kinetic pulse, that long range disruption you have against those devs. These tax are very low. They need to be careful. DanceCommander's Apothecary is back in the field, can give him some health regen passively when he gets close. There it is. Maybe throw a heal out. Apparently not. Maybe waiting for one of them to get pressured here to throw the heal. I would throw it now, I think. Get that cooldown going, you know, so you can throw it again. Back to the west side. Scouts might wipe here, and they do wipe. They had shotguns on the way too. Assault squad jumping in. Jump troops that disrupt units when they land. 400 hit points of heavy infantry each. Can they wipe out those guardians? Surely they can. Switch your target, fellas. Oh, they can't jump again. I don't think they switch targets quickly enough. And those guardians get away. They should not have got away there. We have sniper scouts for ProGenitor all the way on the west side. Warp Spider now forced off. I'm hearing Banshees yelling. It's not you guys. It must be these guys. Oh, DanceCommander had a bad time. Lost his tax. Those tax that were low. It's not those guys. Where are they? They must have got grenaded or something, I think. Because we see energy missing on those guardians. These tax coming in from the drop pod with some... Oh no, they're going to wipe immediately. These are the guys that came in, moved up to get into melee, and down they go. I thought it was these fellas. FFS, says DanceCommander, having a rough time with his Marines and their power bashing. That's heavy losses. 2 tax squads lost in tier 1 is pretty rough. Down goes the Warlock though, overextending there. Don't think they have any war gear. What about the Farseer? No war gear here. No war gear for the Warp Spider Exarch either. Level 2 though. Assault squad putting a lot of pressure on. Space Marines retaining the west side. They should destroy that shield, I think, or it could be annoying. Meanwhile, back to the east side. 476 to 349 on the VPs. Tier 2 all around. In fact, Void Dragon's already there and has some Warp Spiders on the field, most likely pulled in from his global bar. A pretty good global, I think. Bring in some Warp Spiders. They're a great squad if you can handle their teleporting shenanigans well. We are going to get a decap, at least maybe even a cap from that Warp Spider Exarch. Tactical Marines popping their Kraken bolts, which doesn't help your damage output against the hero. We do have power blades in, so they might be looking to teleport in and tie up those tacks and do some real damage while they're doing it. Pushing on the east side are the Space Marines. Despite the losses from DanceCommander, they're able to apply pressure here. Death's Banshees are running. All their Guardians are back at base, so they could get a quick bash. Maybe. Farseer is in here, though. Knocks down the Apothecary. We've got Rangers coming in the background there on the left. 1-to-1 cap. Dark Creepers on the field for Ural. There they are. These guys with Inferno PvP damage. Good versus heavy infantry. Good versus Marines. Apothecary is in there. Might go down on retreat, though. Most likely will and does. Overextended a bit. Scouts looking for a grenade, I think, but couldn't find it. They found a lot of damage to their face instead. Here comes the drop pod. Is that DanceCommander again? No, that's ProGenitor this time, dropping some tax in quite a dangerous position, although they do get the heavy cover from the drop pod. Runs away, does ProGenitor. Sergeant in here for DanceCommander's tax. Double Banshees running after them. It might be worth getting a Dreadnought just to help deal with these double Banshees here. Did the other tax get away? They're alright. They are alright, and they bashed maybe 1.5 gens or something. I'm not sure if 3 were up. I think they were. Meanwhile, west side. Warp Spiders very, very close to the plasma cannon, although they're not meleeing it. We do have a Force Commander here with Thunder Hammer. And now he runs. No teleporter either. So it might be a little bit awkward for him to get in there and do some work. Warp Spiders are getting kind of messed up here. They do have their aspect now. Haywire Grenade, and the Exarch gets those dual Death Spinners for, I assume, more DPS. Oh, and some power melee. He gets power blades too, that's right. 40 DPS power melee on that fella. Not bad at all. Warlock is going to get revived. Farseer levels to what? Levels to 3. Still no war gear though. The Warlock does have the channeling runes. Apothecary eats a couple of grenades. Got his axe though. Fully kitted out in fact. Anointed power axe, power weapon that drains energy. And we have Armor of Purity, reducing the heal cooldown. More health and stuff as well. And Purification Rites, which will help deal with this melee they're facing from the Banshees. Banshee X up there with the mirror swords. Did we also have, yeah, also aspect of fleetness from Death. Dark Creepers allowed to stand and do their DPS. Need to put pressure on those guys. I think it's worth getting Assault Marines. With the amount of Guardians and Rangers and Dark Reapers and stuff, it's worth getting Assault Marines up. They can be the focus as well. Banshees will go after them. You can counter-initiate that with shotguns and your Purification Rites and stuff. Maybe even time grenades off it. DanceCommander, though, has a Dreadnought. And I'll never say no to a Dreadnought. Comes out as a melee unit for Space Marines, but you can... Oh no, here we go. It's already got an Assault Cannon. I'm lying already. It did come out as a melee unit, but the Assault Cannon's in there. Plasma Cannon spooling up. Such awesome sound effects for the Plasma Cannon. Awesome sound effects in general for this game. Warp Spider Exarch's in there with the Power Blades. How much is it? 50 DPS? 53.57 heavy melee DPS on a teleporting hero. Messing up those attacks pretty hard. Gets a good special. Got such a quick animation on his special attack before the Warp Spider. Assault Squad getting in there. Doing some really good work actually. And they might eat a grenade on retreat though. These guys are waiting for them to retreat, I believe. Might be worth chucking it in melee and then retreating actually. There it is. Little bit unlucky. I think that guy was in the middle of a special attack, so they didn't take a lot of damage from that grenade. Held him in melee quite well with that Warlock Exarch leader fella there. Oh, the Warp Spider almost got them. Got another model. Can he teleport? Here we go. Oh, can't get another attack there. Didn't quite have the foot speed and rotation rate to get that attack off. Back to the east side. What's going on? Lots of Eldar pew pew. Plasma Cannon destroys stuff, but not Eldar units. Techmarine gets shot to death and disrupted and stuff by the kinetic pulse. Here's the Assault Cannon Dreadnought. Hasn't got any XP yet. This might be the first time they're seeing it. We have an Autarch though with a fusion gun, which is basically a rapid firing melter gun. There it is. Good damage to all targets. This is so quick. The Autarch can jump around and stuff as well, getting to awkward angles. Can't rear armor hit a Dreadnought though, I suppose. 464 to 212. Apologies by the way if the sound balance is maybe a little bit off. Recording on a new PC always takes a little while to dial that in. Test as much as you can, but you can't replicate every sound scenario. But did the best I could. Let me know how it is. They're kind of half power bashing here, half attacking. They are now focusing the Apothecary a little bit. We've got quite low. Where's the barrage, Mr. Dreadnought? Look how they're lined up for your barrage here. Plasma Cannon can't hit. There we go. Assault Cannon barrage. There was also a Dark Reaper missile barrage thing. It was alright. It's a decent barrage there. They can be so satisfying, those things to hit. Warp Spider Exarch is down on the west side. Did they wipe out? No, they didn't quite wipe out the Plasma Cannon. Warp Spiders were harassing them there. Assault Squad are going to maybe take out the Shuriken. Couldn't quite get it done. Kind of awkwardly moved around those cover object there. East side Eldar are still in play. There's Doom. Doom is up on the Dreadnought. Autarch is there getting shots in. And here comes a Wraith Lord with shoulder-mounted Bright Lance. Just going to stay at range here. Ouch. Farseer maybe gets away. Nope. Farseer does not get away. And I think the Wraith Lord should back off here. Ouch. More Plasma Cannon shenanigans. Apothecary's going to try and get revived. Should get to level 5 off this, I think. There we go. Level 5 heals, not bad. And Wraith Lord backing off. Now, how are they going to respond to this Wraith Lord? In fact, they already have a missile launcher. Stern Guard can switch to Vengeance rounds as well to fight vehicles. Back to the west side. I don't think we've seen either of the other players come to this west side to help out. It's been left to cyanIDe and Void Dragon to sort it out. Force Commander does his special attack and runs. And then dies. That Warp Spider sync kill is always awesome. One of the most stylish. His arms went very strange at the end there. 391 to 212. Attacks were in the garrison and now they flee. And now they're getting suppressed actually. Warp Spider gets on the Plasma Cannon. And Eldar should retake the west side, I think. Dreadnought's pushed up a little bit. Wraith Lord has backed off, now getting repairs. Techmarine does have some anti-vehicle options. Can get a melter gun and also orbs of the Omnissiah. Missile launcher gets a shot. Wraith Lord is still quite low. Needs to be careful. I don't remember that rainbow effect on the Wraithlord Bright Lance. That looks cool. That weird light show that's coming out of it. Uh-oh. Wraithlord goes down just as I was praising that aesthetic there. 374 to 212. Banshees are going to go down as well. Crazy for them to run in, trying to tie up the plasma cannon, I guess, but those were Urals, who goes tier 3. In fact, everyone's either tier 3 or going tier 3, or Ural will be the last player there. cyanIDe has a Predator tank. There you go. Here are the Stern Guard for ProGenitor, only player that has Stern Guard at the moment. First company tactical marines that can change their ammo. Dreadnought is so far forward here, although not a lot to threaten it, to be honest. Not a lot at all to threaten it. Can they get some fire prisms up or something? Death might be saving for an avatar. That's a long save. I think they're going for a fire prism, but we shall see. Back to the west side. It's tank time. Down goes the Shuriken, which could have got a Bright Lance or something. It's a good assist here from ProGenitor. Really good assist. Void Dragon needs to be getting out of here. What are they up to? Haywire. And now Power Blades. Maybe they can get the tank. And that's a good grenade there on those tacks. Oh, the Warp Spider can't quite get it done though. The Exarch, that is. The tank got so low. And they're going to lose their Warp Spider trying to force the issue. Needed to be much more careful with that 2v1. Void Dragon did some good work as they were pulling out. But stayed in with the Warp Spiders and the Warp Spider Exarch too long. Death went for a Seer Council. A squad of Warlocks with power melee Witchblades. They can tear through heavy infantry really well. Not super great for going after a vehicle, but they can do some work against it with power weapons. 374 to 145. A big VP lead for the Eldar, but Void Dragon and Ural are looking kind of depleted. I'm not sure if Void Dragon can get the west side back very easily. They do have an avatar on the way. Force Commander with a teleporter now can much easily get in amongst the back lines with that Thunderhammer and disrupt the crap out of it. Some late scouts for cyanIDe to repair the tank. There it is. Stern Guard using the Hellfire rounds to dissolve some Eldar with those acid bullets or whatever the hell they're meant to be. Might wipe, and they do wipe. Why did I talk about them? Just sentence them to death. 8 a grenade, and then they just got pew-pewed on retreat. So ProGenitor now looking kind of depleted with 3 units on the field. Fire Prism for Ural. It's a good map for tanks and, you know, shooty vehicles, Estia. They can manage that Fire Prism well, could do a lot of work for them through the mid. cyanIDe with Terminators. No, ProGenitor dropping Terminators on the west side. Here comes the Avatar. Super unit for Eldar. Powerful combat unit, also provides passive AoE buffs to nearby allied infantry. Powerful ones too. Gets a couple of big swings on the tank. Taking some damage though. Plasma gun tacks there too. This guy has super heavy infantry armor, so takes a lot of damage from plasma and melter. He's alright. Got away. I assume they take full damage from sniper shots as well. They have so much hit points that the DPS numbers from a sniper rifle aren't that effective. Got nice burst damage and stuff. Tank trying to get this Fire Prism down and gets it. Was that like 3 shots, 2 of them on rear armor? Fire Prisms are like paper when they come out onto the field. 500 hit points on those guys. You can't keep them at maximum range. They're going to get in huge amounts of trouble against an enemy tank. More Stern Guard for ProGenitor now to replace the ones that fell over. See a council getting in on the Terminators though, which do have a Cyclone missile launcher. They're taking a lot of damage. Banshees run away, but the Seer Council are still here. In fact, they still have 5 models too. There's a heal from the Apothecary. They did drop a Terminator, but they are alright. The Space Marines starting to blob up and be super effective with the inspirations on kill and stuff that the Terminators have in a battle cry and all that. Ouch. 331 to 143. Ouch. Lots of death. Void Dragon only has Guardians and a Avatar, but they have a ton of red. Could drop a nuke. So can Ural and cyanIDe actually. 323 to 143. The comeback is on though for Space Marines. It's time for the Eldar to really exploit webways and try to push the east side, keep that power bashed, and get the decaps here as they are with these Guardians. We need more webways. They've got one back here, well, like 3 back here to use, but need some nearer the enemy VP and stuff, I think. We do have a Bright Lance now for Ural, anti-vehicle weapon, really good DPS. Force Commander's not happy about it, teleports in, and a smack. Taking a lot of damage doing this though. They're going to be off the field for the coming fight. There's channeling runes from the Warlock to help save the Bright Lance. Assault Squad with a good jump and disruption and good damage from the Cyclone missile launcher there. These are now Vanguard veterans actually. First Company Assault Squad. Level 3 already. With power weapons and stuff. Wailing Doom on retreating attacks is a good hit. Almost wiped them out. Level 4, if they weren't level 4, I don't think they would have put away their head. Another Fire Prism from Void Dragon, instantly taking shots though from a level 3 tank. That's just 2 shots on front armor there. That one seemed to misfire. Seems to be chasing into base. And why not? I mean, the Warp Spider's here, I guess. Maybe they could get onto it. With the Power Blaze, they're trying to. But I think it's going to get the Fire Prism down, you know. And probably get away afterwards, maybe. Warp Spider is getting rear armor hits, and Avatar's chasing too. What's going over here though? Seer Council barely making it out. I think they'll be alright. They'll be alright. Some friendly fire on the Apothecary. 276 to 143. Techmarine still pumping out that really good DPS with the Mastercrafted Bolter at level 6. Also have Artificer armor here. 273 to 143. 1-to-1 cap. What's been decapped? Oh, they're taking this with a Farseer. Yeah, Farseer with the Doombringer in. Also have armor of the Assyrian. Void Dragon did indeed lose the Fire Prism, but the tank didn't get away. Here's another Fire Prism now for Death, the 3rd one. The other 2 did not last very long at all. I guess the Avatar and the Warp Spider Exarch were enough to take out that tank. Now on the VP. Shimmer Orb goes up. What is this though? Is it a Venerable? No, it's Assault Terminators from cyanIDe. And the Shimmer Orb doesn't help you against giant Thunderhammers. Cracking the skull in. This guy's unique to the Force Commander, can also get a Lightning Claw upgrade. Wailing Doom. Seem to have been timed reasonably well there. Although you do get, I think it's 4 seconds of damage resistance after the phase armor, the phase shift wears out, to help against that kind of situation where you couldn't stop yourself getting destroyed by something. It seems to have kind of solved that issue. You don't see it that much anymore. People setting up nukes and stuff with their phase shift. Assault Terminators going after the Avatar. There's a Wrath of Cain. Now you need to run away, fella. Seer Council could come in here and do some good damage to these guys, maybe. As long as they don't have their claws. Also, the Dark Reapers will do some really good DPS. 245 to 134. Triple cap for the Space Marines. And they are looking pretty strong. As long as they can keep their eye on these little decaps that the Eldar get through the mid. There's Seer Council here, level what? Level 1 still. For Death. Scouts get a decap and run. Well played, fellas. In fact, did they get this as well? Maybe. Space Marines looking so strong on the west side. This Dreadnought's been awesome. Level 4 now with the Dark Age of Technology. Land Raider on the way for ProGenitor. That's called out in the chat there. And that could be the nail in the coffin. Seer Council decapping wreck points. Need to inflict losses for those requisition economy losses to make an impact. Need to make them reinforce for them to feel that requisition income. In fact, a Land Raider also from DanceCommander. Do they have nukes? I think all 3. No, not Death doesn't quite have a nuke, but they could get 3 Eldritch Storms quickly-ish. Is that a singularity? It is. Ural has 2 D cannons, in fact. decent hits. Plasma Cannon level 3 there, so didn't drop a model. Are they both over here? No, one's towards the mid a bit. Meanwhile, Apothecary goes down. Shotgun scouts couldn't quite save him. Had Doom up on the Apothecary there. Good play from Death, keeping their presence felt on that VP. There's another Singularity. Gonna get those Stern Guard. Did some good damage, but they are... Oh, they're still only level 1. They come out with a big chunk of hit points, though. That was the time field. Gonna get a full cap here. Well done. Double cap for the Eldar. They degapped the west side. Warp Spider using their Shimmer Orb, I guess. But then they got Thunderhammered. Terminators just used their teleport. That was risky. I don't think I would have teleported in here. This should be okay. Might be worth Void Dragon switching to the Entangling Web. I just smacked my microphone stand there. That was really, really annoying and loud. 160 to 103. Space Marines are taking back their VP. But now they have 2 Land Raider Redeemers on the field. What are you going to do about this, Eldar? Eldritch Storms is what they could do about it. But I think they'll need to follow it up. We got some Fire Dragons for Ural. Good damage to all targets from close range. The Assault Terminator did take a fair amount of damage, but they're so freaking tough. Fire Prism getting some good shots in as well. These guys need a Land Raider. Here it is. A mobile base for the Space Marines. Allows you to reinforce around it, retreat back to it, and get some health regen. Although those guys did not select the Land Raider as a retreat point before they retreated, apparently. Gonna be difficult to keep straight whose Land Raider is who. They're both Blood Ravens. They're all Blood Ravens. Plasma Cannons doing some good work. Force Squadron now has a Power Fist to maybe go up. Oh, yep, to go after the Fire Prism indeed. See a Council jumping on him though. They say no, leave the Fire Prism alone. And now an Orbital thrown in. By who? By cyanIDe? Got some decent hits. Avatar took a bunch of damage trying to get close. And that is death, I assume. Yep, on the VP again. Gonna get a decap at least, I believe. 110 to 101. Very close on the VPs. But with double Land Raiders up, they need to hit these nukes well. Void Dragon has tons of red here. Also has Warp Spiders to maybe get a Haywire in. That'll be useful. Another Fire Prism here for Ural. Void Dragon could maybe get a Bright Lance up to help out here. Level 4 Dreadnought, level 4 Dreadnought. What's it got? Almost 2,000 hit points, 1897 there. I think they've got this side sewn up. The Eldar need to at least double, maybe even triple the mid, I think. You need to get those Land Raiders moving. D-Cannon has to flee. Vanguard Veterans could jump the Fire Prism here. They have their Power Fist upgrade. 50 heavy melee DPS. There's a jump, or they're going for the Dark Creepers. Don't think the Fire Dragons can stand there for too long. Fire Dragons are heavy infantry, I think, which is why those guys were popping their Puck and Bolts. Uh-oh. Bad place for the Warlock to be. Got destroyed by the Power Fist. And finished off. 84 to 101. The Land Raider's quite far up. Don't think this is a good time. Or maybe it's a good time to pop it. There it is. There's 2 Fire Prisms here. Is that 2 Eldritch Storms? That is 2 Eldritch Storms. So they're gonna get this Land Raider at least. But it might have been smarter. I don't think they needed both the Eldritches there. But ProGenitor kind of got messed up. 84 to 91. Has this given the Eldar a way back? Fire Prism needs to be careful. Don't want to get too close to those Assault Terminators and that Cyclone Missile Launcher and the Plasma Cannons and the Missile Launch attacks. There's a lot of threats over here for Fire Prisms. cyanIDe now getting a tank. Lots of... Oh, they're phase shifting, doing a little dance. And then they're going to die, I imagine. Yep. Decapped, though. And the Farseer is alive. There's an Orbital back there. Wailing Doom. Time field to stop these guys from shooting, which is smart. Maybe they can chuck some grenades on them, too. don't think the orbital did a huge amount. Oh, but down goes the fire prism. Terminator is able to get onto it. Is that another avatar? That is another avatar from Death. Eldar not going down without a fight here. 77 to 84. We have Assault Terminators being chased, but that's a low health avatar there. Needs to be careful. They're great for soaking up damage for Eldar though, because they don't have a lot of units that can do that super well. That's Doom on those Terminators. A Wailing Doom as well. 1-to-1. Although something, I imagine it's Scouts, is decapping Blue Team's natural VP here. Yeah, infiltrated Scouts there. Are these DanceCommanders? They are. Back to the west side. Turning red. And that might be enough. Void Dragon didn't use their nuke. Ural almost has another nuke. Although I'm not sure if it'll be off cooldown. Single left there for the Space Marines now. Assault Terminator is on the other Fire Prism. Dawn of Pathing. Down it goes. Just couldn't get away. Just couldn't get away. Fire Dragon's almost got the tank though. It is being repaired by the Techmarine a bit. Assault Terminators continue their charge. There's another Fire Prism from Void Dragon. They have some late game Rangers as well. To set up nukes maybe? I'm not sure. With that disruption. Still have a Land Raider of course. 40 to 84. Eldar definitely seem to be looking at the mid now. Here's Death's Fire Prism and Death's Avatar. Can they drag some of those Terminators over? Here comes DanceCommander's Terminators. They've been very quick to react to the mid DanceCommander. They have kept their eye on it quite well. Although it has been decapped a few times, it's hard to stop it getting decapped against something quick like Eldar and something that can infiltrate as well. Decent Wailing Doom. Warp Spider's going to get torn apart here. Down they go. Not sure what they were up to from Void Dragon. Down to 20 VPs, the Eldar. They're running out of time, big time here. They got a decap. The Rangers went and got a decap. Here's a Wrath of Cain. And is that a singularity? It's an Eldritch. Trying to hit those retreating attacks maybe. Trying to hit the tank maybe. Strange place to use it. It did decent damage, but you'd expect it to be used on a VP or something. D cannon setting up. Here come a Seer Council, Dark Creepers as well, and Fire Dragons. They are pushing here, Eldar. And they got a decap on the west side, you guys. I think that's the Warp Spider Exarch. With a quick look. It is. I don't think they can get the cap, though. Is that a singularity? That's another Eldritch. Those guys able to dodge. Avatar is there, though. Let's go back to this VP. Eldar doing some work. That was the Warlock just tying up the tank, I think. D-Cannon's getting some decent shots in here. Gotta be careful of that. It's not easy to see, but it's taking a lot of damage from a D-Cannon shot. It's plasma cannon damage, I believe. It pulses it over time. One more shot like that, the Dreadnought's gonna fall. Can he get another shot? They might not have vision here. They might not be able to see that stuff. Eldar have the VP though with a double cap. Well done, Void Dragon. What did you do over here? Wrath of Cain. Warthog is dropped in as well. Took out a Terminator. Making them get out of there. Here come Assault Terminators though for cyanIDe, who has another tank on the way too. These guys are just going to try and use their bulk to cap. Eldar are keeping Space Marines off their VP, you know. Hell of a push here by the Eldar at the end. Well done. Even if they can't pull it off. Awesome effort. Wow, says ProGenitor. Our Space Marines losing their grip here. Triple cap for the Eldar. They've got it. They have done it. Well played. GG the Eldar. Awesome push at the end. Just the right time came sweeping in with just the right stuff. Look at his heroes at the end of the game. Warp Spider Exarch with Phase Armor, Shimmer Orb, and Power Blades. Did some really good work with those Power Blades too. And Void Dragon had just enough on the west side with the Autarch, the Fire Prism, and the Avatar to keep it locked down. They didn't even get a decap here, these Assault Terminators. Look at that. Such great disruption from the Avatar. That's why the Farseer was level 9. Must have done a lot of work with the time field that I didn't see to stop them shooting on the VP and stuff. Runes of Reaping as well. We had a level 4 Warlock. Only had the channeling runes at the end. Did some good channeling though. We had a level 5 Force Commander. Level 9 Apothecary. Couldn't quite hold the mid there. And ProGenitor lost a lot in that final push with Artificer and the Master Crafted Bolter. Where there you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time. Big thanks to these players as well for sending in a faction war for us to enjoy.